Hello everyone, Cyber Dragon here, bringing you guys part 4 of what if Deku had the powers of Exodia. So, I will be taking a small break of doing what ifs. Just a small one, not a huge one. But I may record one more before that, to be honest. So, it's gonna be until the 500 subscribers come. Because I want to put all my energy into the Soundwave what if. I hope you guys can understand. There will be a bit of a schedule change of recording videos too. Just a small one. But yeah, I will focus on giving you guys some good what ifs. Once we 475 subscribers, that's 25 subscribers less until the 500 sub special. I will temporarily stop so that I can focus my energy to giving you guys the Soundwave what if for the 500 sub special. I've also gotten a new computer recently, so I will also be trying to record what ifs on that. Hope to get a better mic, or actually a mic in general, to give you guys better quality as well. As such, maybe not even recording it off my phone anymore, but I will still do that with my phone at time and time again, so that I can still record what ifs until I figure out how to. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get going. Last time we left off, it was the sludge villain incident. I believe All Might did Deku did defeat the sludge villain, save Ryuku, and Ryuku's feelings towards Deku's getting a bit stronger. Is it perfect yet? No, nowhere near, but they're starting to get more attached to each other. But yeah. Now, they went back to the forest. The second sludge villain attack did not happen. And All Might did find a successor, but I will wait to tell you guys who that successor is. Because I thought about this, I thought it made a little bit sense. It should be this person for this series, but yeah. So when Ryuku and Deku reaches his home, Deku said, "You probably should rest, Ryuku. So, you went through a bad experience today." And Ryuku said, "I'm fine, Izuku, but I just need to get over it, that's all." So, it's an ordinary day for a hero's job, you know. So, yeah, I guess. And Ryuko's been holding off on this question for a little bit, but she thinks she's ready to ask him. "Hey, Izuku?" "Yeah." Voice crack. "Yeah." What have you thought about doing lately?" So, and he thinks, then he blushes for a moment, and turns away from Ryuku. Ryuku, wait, what was that? What did you think? Like, it's nothing. And she's blushing for the possibilities. Why is she what did he blush? What did he think of doing lately? And yeah, I'm gonna leave that, guys, up to your imagination. But so Ryuku gives over, like, nothing like that, but like for future wise, like career. Then Deku, like, I don't know. I always kind of thought of staying in the forest, just being by myself, but until I met you and the others that day, and you've been spending all this time with me, I don't really know. I never thought I would get along with people again, especially heroes. And Ryuku, well, said, "You've gotten better, I can admit to that. But have you considered of being a hero?" And Deku just stood there without uttering a word. Ryuku is waiting in anticipation. So I always kind of gave up on that dream a long time ago. But Who knows? I might give it a second chance. If that is what you want me to do. Ryuku perked up. I'll at least like you to try. I see you have this kind soul in you. You cover it up with, well, so you won't get hurt again, but I hope that you can at least open up to people again. Deku said, alright. Where should I go for being a hero then? Deku kind of already knows the answer, but she wants to hear her opinion. Ryuku said, you definitely should go to UA. I could recommend you if you want to. Deku said, no. I will be fine with just doing the regular test. I don't want a handout. No offense, Ryuku, but I still would like to prove myself. And Ryuku said, alright, Izuku. So, it's getting late. How about I cook dinner as a thank you for, well, saving me today from that villain? I would like that. Thank you. And Ryuku just cooks some katsudon, I believe it's called. But the food that Deku always eats. But yeah, so after that, Deku's eyes widen with delight and, well, just craving of katsudon. He starts, Ryuku says either one, like, I never think you like katsudon this much. And Deku and Ben's like, yeah, it's my favorite. Thanks. Blushing slightly from embarrassment of how he acting when he's eating the katsudon. I mean, he just went wild for a moment, just like scarfing it. And Ryuki chuckles at that fact. Like, there's no problem, Izuku. I'll try to cook it from now on if you do good. And they said, oh, you're on then. So, you're gonna see a new side of me in that case. And gives her a slight smile. Not the big smile Deku is known for, the bright one, but more a soft smile. Which Ryuku likes to see him smile a bit more. She knows that he's been hurting since ever he was abandoned, and she wants to help him with that. But yeah, Ryuku did mention that it will be another 10 months until Yue is doing the exams. Ryuku also told Nezu this, that he will be taking the regular exam because he does not want the recommendation. So Nezu obliges him, but don't know what to do for him because he won't take recommendation, and if he goes into the regular testing ground, he might obliterate it all. So they honestly thinking about giving him a separate testing ground just because. But they know if they do that, they're as good as dead. So yeah. Well, yeah. So Ryuku told Deku everything about what's in the test, and Deku simply said, look, I am very, very smart. I think I can manage to do this test, considering I have great powers. Part of that power comes with, well, intelligence. I might be as smart as Nezu even, maybe even smarter than him. Which Ryuku's, alrighty then. And you're already good with physical strength, but still. So, how good are you with control? Deku said, I can manage. Just going out front, blowing up a mountain. Instantly with one hand open with a obliteration beam. That's what I'm just going to call it, unless you guys want to name it yourself. If you guys want to help me rename it or not, but I'm calling it obliteration beam for now. Which Ryuku's, yeah, your destructive power, but what about non-destructive? I've only seen you do destructive, and the villain that you just took out helped a bit from that factor, but still. What about non-destructive? Deku thinks for a moment. Never thought about that. Alright, what do you recommend then? She said, well, your chains are a good way of using non-destructive in a sense. He looks at his arms with the chains around it. You know, this. Said, yeah, what about them? Said, well, you could use them as a sort of weapon. Wrap villains up or swing with them. But Deku kind of likes the idea of doing that. And he can use them as a blunt object as well. Or wrap blunt objects and hit them with people. So yeah. So that's what Deku does. Train with the chains to be more efficient with them. Think kind of like Kratos with God of War with those chains. So it's different without the blades in the front. And yeah, he doesn't hesitate to kill villains, but he will also try to learn that. Because Ryuku doesn't want him to get in trouble like that, in a sense. But Ryuku even knows, of all people, that some villains will have to be put down. So Chisa tells him as a last-ditch effort, nothing more and nothing less. But yeah, that will go out the window when, you know, the USJ happens. Because, let's admit it, he will just kill Shigaraki in one blast. There's nothing to say about that. Shit, I'm already spoiling stuff ahead of time. But yes. So yeah, as I said, Deku should learn to also depower the obliteration beam. Because she also knows that he will be facing students in some tests. So she doesn't want him to kill them on purpose or accident. So yeah. He will monitor the power of that too. So he already knows how to blow shit up, but now he has to learn not to. Which is difficult for him, but Ryuku's teaching control and damage control. So, yeah. And All Might, well, is training his successor too. Currently. For the entrance exam. But yeah, you will see that in the next part, who it is. How far am I in? 13 minutes, that's horrible. But yes. So, Deku and Ryuku, with spending all this time, more and more feelings are growing towards each other. Or growing them more closer to each other. And, let's say 2 months before the entrance exam. So, Deku is planning to do something special for Ryuku. And, let's see. Actually, wait, no, not 2 months before the entrance exam, because I believe the entrance exam happened around February or March. Considering they still wore the coats of around February and or in March. So September, August. See, I don't know. I'm just trying to think for a moment. Sorry. So, yeah, I'm going to say about 3 months before the entrance exam. So, this is somewhere around December and or November. Deku is planning something special for Ryuku. He's ready to admit his feelings. And, well, So was nervous for the few times, but he's known Ryuku for about a year and a half now. And he's ready to finally admit to himself that he actually fallen for Ryuku. He would be around 18 around this point, and, well, so it's only age difference I can see. Like, it'd be okay to date an older woman like that, around 18. I mean, I could do younger, but still, I'm just making him 18. And again, UA's at college. They already did give him his high school diploma, but they had to wait until he was 18 to do all this. But yeah, so Deku went out to shop. He did ask Nezu for some money, a bit of an allowance for himself. And in return, he would do some jobs for Nezu. Or some hero working jobs, because Nezu knows how powerful he is, so he might be taking on the more dangerous jobs that some teachers or any other heroes wouldn't normally, so. Yeah, he bought some stuff to make dinner for Ryuku. So yeah. And Ryuku is out currently. He told him to, go out, have some fun. He will be here training. And his sense of training is not just lifting logs, but he did deroot a tree, stabbed it into 2 different boulders with both different ends, and use that as a bench press. Benching it. And someone commented how the forest was not destroyed by now. Like the entire forest. Let's say luck. Just in general, luck that he didn't. But yeah. So, when Ryuku came home, she saw a bit of a romantic scene. Fireflies around the trees area, table, candlelit dinner, and Deku actually dressed up pretty nicely. I wouldn't say a suit and tie, but jeans and a button-up shirt. With Ryuku... what is all this for, Ryuku? I just thought of doing something special for you. So, no big deal. Scratching the back of his neck while he's saying that, and have a slight bit of a blush. Well, Ryuku just smiles at him, giving her own blush to him. Well, thank you. And they sat down to eat. I'm not really sure what they should, what Deku would cook, but let's say he should the thing quite a bit more nice. So, yeah. And when it came around, during the middle of the meal, Deku cleared his throat and said, Ryuko. And Ryuku looked up yeah? We've known each other about almost a year and a half now. And, well, over that time, I've grown quite fond of you. Ryuku was listening intently and having a blush. She's thinking, wait, what is he doing? Exactly. He said, you've been also helping me trying to becoming a better hero at the moment, so I was wondering if you would like to, if Yumi could, be dating each other, if you don't mind, be boyfriend and girlfriend. Which Ryuku eyes widen and is speechless at the moment, with a heavy blush on her face too. And Deku is like, I know you might not feel the same way about me, and you might just see this as me taking care of me, but you've made me grow closer to you. You might be wondering, if it's too serious for the series for them to start dating, Hell no. For one, they've known each other for about almost 1.5 years. As a matter of fact, I think almost 2 years, in fact. So, before you start typing on anything like that, just in case if you were, just note that fact that they almost know each other for about 2 years. Close around 2 years, not whole. But while Deku was talking, Ryuku just walked up to Deku and gave him a kiss on the lips. He was shocked at first, but kissed back finally. Then they finally broke the kiss. Ryuku said, "I would love to date you, Zuko. I've grown fond of you too. And when that 10 months ago you saved me from the sludge villain, I didn't see you just as a potential great hero one day. I saw you as, well, this great and kind person someday too. And I've also seen the man I want to be with for the rest of my life someday. So I would love to date you." And, yeah. So, they're starting dating. After they finish eat and head back, Deku told Ryuku, "Hey, since ever you and me are dating now, what about you can sleep in the same bed with me tonight if you want. And we could cuddle if you want to as well." Ryuku is blushing heavily again and says, "Alright, Izuku. I would love to." So they get changed and comfortable. Deku's just wearing a pair of shorts while Ryuku is just wearing like a nightgown or some shit like that. I'm not sure. Just some regular old PJs, I guess. Which they start to cuddle close to each other. Yeah, so, and that's how their night went. Them starting to date, and yeah. And after that, it will be a 3-month time skip to the entrance exam. Deku is getting ready, just loosening up a bit. Ryuku's seeing this and says, "You nervous?" Like, "No, I'm not nervous, Ryuku." So, but honestly, I'm still, even though I'm quite strong and intelligent, so I just hope I can at least not kill anyone by accident somehow. She chuckles, "That hurts." "Well, Izuku, I know that you have a destructive power, but just know that our control training should have helped that. So I hope you're alright." He said, "Thank you, Ryuko. Now then, let's head off, shall we?" She nods, and they go. Ryuku will be in the monitoring room, because, well, why wouldn't she? When they reach the gates of UA, they're just looking up at it. Deku is just admiring UA. He remembers he wanted to go to the same school as All Might and the other great heroes that came before him. But that dream was crushed whenever, well, he found out he was quirkless. But now with his power, he didn't really care to be a hero afterwards, but Ryuku sparked that dream of his. So yeah. Afterwards, Deku doesn't trip like in canon, and Ryuku does separate from Deku to go to the other teachers. And when Deku took the test, he immediately handed it back after it was handed to him. Like, "Here." And, "What? You already filled it up?" Like, "Yep." You can tell Nezu I corrected some of his mistakes and even added harder questions. It's far too easy considering his taste. And he looks at it and, "You got a perfect score in record time." When everyone hears that, they're like, "What? Record score?" And only the moment he was handed it? And Deku just grins at it like, really? I'm the record score holder? And I'm in first place? Not too shabby, I guess. So he just walks off, going to the lecture hall. He does not sit next to Bakugo. I want to wait until Bakugo sees him for the first time later. But he doesn't see Deku here yet. Deku came a bit earlier than Bakugo did, so yeah. But he does sit nearby President Mike, and Mike and him does talk. Since President Mike was in the forest, and Deku is slightly starting to be more open to people, note that he doesn't like talking to new people. He will be civilized to them, saying hi and nothing much, but when he knows people he actually likes, like really knows people, because he has gotten to talk to, well, the big three, and majority of the heroes that was there. Mount Lady wasn't there though, Kamui Woods or Death Arms, so he didn't really talk to them as much. Plus, they were still a bit salty of losing to Deku. But Death Arms and Kamui did eventually start talking to Deku, and, well, Mount Lady was still a bit salty, either way. But yeah, and to people he hates, he will, he was just passively aggressively move them out of the way. Nothing too petty, but he will stay out of their way if they stay out of his. That's basically what's going on. And during this, well, so eventually everyone actually came to the lecture hall. President Mike and Deku stopped talking, and President Mike began the lecture. As in canon, he explained the 1-pointer, 2-pointer, and 3-pointer, and about to explain the 0-pointer, but Ida stands up and says, "Sir, what about the 0-pointer? Sir, you only explained 3 robots, and such and such." But before he could say anything else, actually, no, wait, I'm gonna wait for a moment. After he said all that, he points at Deku. He wasn't any further. He was like ahead of Deku, ahead of Ida, like in a couple of rows ahead of him. But Ida points to Deku and you, the person with the chains around his arms, why do you not remove them now? Sir, you should not have any chains around your arms or legs. You will be distracting others while you walk. Or move your arms. Which, several times when he moves his arms, you still hear the clanking of the chains. And people were very curious about that. And weirded out by that. Deku simply turned around, saying, "Shut the hell up." He was about to explain the 0-pointer if you didn't rudely interrupt him. Also, I don't see anyone else having problems with my chains. And certainly I cannot remove them. So, whether you shut it, sit down, and be a good boy, or else. Are you threatening me? Like, no. That is just as kindly as I can say it. But, if you want to see a threat, meet me up front later then. And he just simply turned around. Ida was about to say something, but President Mike interrupted him. "Thank you, student, but please sit down and don't bother him. Trust me, you do not want to pick a fight with him. None of you do, in fact." So, and Deku said, "Thanks, Mike." So, "No problem. I will think Deku told him his real name, like Izuku Midoriya, but he doesn't go by his last name, so he just goes by Izuku. Just Izuku. Which, like, thank you, Izuku." Bakugo hears that, Izuku. It couldn't be that quirkless nerd. He disappeared over 9 years ago. Or not 9 years ago, but he was abandoned when he was 6, like 12 years ago. Serves him right, though. Being quirkless and useless like that. Deku heard that, like, fuck me. Bakugo is here. Oh, as long as he doesn't bother me, I won't have to destroy him. And yeah, President Mike explains the 0-pointer. Fuck, okay. And yeah. Everyone is out front. Deku is on a... What would his outfit be, I guess? It's like a sleeveless hoodie and a pair of shorts with his traditional red shoes he always wears. With some people seeing how muscular he is, because he's quite muscular. Like, so having a bulky yet slim build to him. He is staying actually in the back of the testing area. Was Ida seeing this and thinking, oh, so he thinks he's better than everyone. Well, I'll show him. So, I'm Tenyo Ida. I have to be proving everyone wrong somehow. Being Ida. I don't have a problem with Ida. He's not my all-time favorite character, but I'm alright with him. But I do think he could loosen up a bit. Or a lot. So, Ida goes to Deku. Deku seems like, what does this kid want now? And Ida said, do you think you're better than everyone else? They said, what? Said, do you think you're better than everyone else? Why are you just standing in the far back? And also, why haven't you taken off those chains yet? They said, what order do you want that in? Exactly. The order you just said it, or the order I will say it? Ida said, the order I said it, of course. Fine then. I don't think I'm better than everyone. Matter of fact, I'm only back here so I don't hurt anyone, just in case. My quirk is my quote-unquote quirk is very destructive. And these chains, lifting up his arm, are part of it. I can't take them off, you see. So what about you think twice before you assume someone's breaking dress code or anything like that next time, Four Eyes. Or else I'll have to get physical with you. So, he said, are you threatening me? The great Tenya... And when Deku called him off, like, the great Tenya Ida from the Ida family, aka Ingenium's bloodline, am I correct? Ida's about like, how did you say... I'm very intelligent, boy. I can certainly know a simple name. And your family is not that great as you think. So, if you want to prove that you're great, prove it by actions, not words, or passing, or your family's accomplishments, by your own accomplishments. Got it? Ida was about to say something else, but Deku just put his hand in front of his face like, the test is about to begin, so quiet down. Which the gate opens up and Deku jumps in. Which Ida then says, hey, that kid is cheating. He must be disqualified. President Mike said, what are you guys doing? Follow that kid's example and go, go, go. They all run in now. But Deku is using his chains to swing around kind of like Spider-Man in a sense, and using them to break robots, even using his obliteration beam to destroy them. People are seeing this, and he's racking up points fast, too. So he is leaving some points for everyone, but the teachers know if he went all out, he could destroy all of these robots. He's just wanting others to have a chance. So he's mostly leaving 1-pointers and some 2-pointers. All the 3-pointers, though, is his. And he's taken down some 1 and 2 pointers as well. So people are running everywhere like crap. So we need to get points fast. And they're mostly leaving Deku alone, so around where the area and cannon was at. So he won't meet Umuraka the same way, but still. Majority of the contestants are staying away from Deku. And yeah, the teacher's seen this. He's already at, like, closer when the 0-pointer is released. He's already at, let's say, 696. And that's just a random number on top of my head. But they're struggling to send more robots out to the testing ground because of Deku. They had to take some from other testers just to help the other students. Which they finally like, fuck it. He wants a challenge? Let's send him more than 1 0-pointer at him. Because Netflix just wants to see how strong he can get. So he sends 5 of them. Yes, 5. And yeah, so Deku's thinking, this test is too easy. I thought UA was supposed to be more difficult. Oh well. Might as well just keep destroying robots. As a robot was about to attack him, he just hits it from behind by raising up his arm. Just hitting it from the back. Then all 5 0-pointers come. The other contestants run away from it. Deku's looking at her like, seriously? They want to test me that badly to send 5 of you guys? Oh well, I'm not going to disappoint. He starts to stretch. And Eden's like, what are you doing? You should be running too. So, nah, we can handle this. And yeah, I will say Umuraka wasn't around where the 0-pointers were at. Just to say. But Deku did also rack up some hero points by destroying some robots some people couldn't handle. So, yeah. That's how he got the 696 points. That is not strictly villain points. I will say about 90 of them is hero points, but the rest of the 600 is, villain points. But I will say, now that Deku seeing all 5 of them, I'm like, you know what? That gives me an idea. A fun idea. So, he raises up his arms and says, I release all 5 seals of Exodia, the forbidden one. And the chains glow a golden color. And the chain starts flying around, then making a pointed arrow, the seal, which it starts to release Exodia. A portal open up from behind Deku and parts of Exodia is coming out. The others are seeing this. So, he just wanted to show this for power play, nothing more. But he also made sure to not hit anyone from far in the back. Actually, I will say he only released 3 parts of Exodia. That is the power play he's going for. So the left, the right, and the main body of Exodia is coming out only. So now they're seeing Exodia's face for the first time. They only seen the one arm, but now they're seeing how big he is, and he's bigger than Mount Lady. I think he would possibly be bigger than Gigantomachia. I'm not sure how big he is, but I'm going to say he's slightly bigger than him. And so yeah, the other contestants are seeing this and terrified of Exodia and Deku now. And Deku points at the 0-pointer and says, obliterate. And Exodia fires a massive beams from both of his palms of his hand, like a Kamehameha like blast, but obviously exodia styled, destroying all the 0 pointers in one blast and half of the testing ground. I will say that half did not have any contestants in it, because Deku would have cleared that half, so they went to the other side just in case. Which they are thankful they did now, because after seeing what he just did, the beam is still going too. It's not reaching other testing sites, but it is reaching towards a mountain, which blows it the fuck up. There's no more mountain there. And yeah, after that, the test is over. And Deku emerges from the smoke, with the chains return back to a normal color. Deku then said, figured that would be more fun. It was, but still, not as fun as I was hoping for. Oh well, later. And yeah, Ida is terrified. Like, he was thinking about, I'm gonna put this kid in his place, but no. He was put in his place by just seeing that awesome display of power. If he would have released all 5, there would have been more bigger destruction than anything. Because he only broke 3 seals. He didn't need to break those 3 seals. But he at least only needed to break 1. Maybe 2, but only 1 at best. Worst, 2. But breaking 3 overkilled it. Well, yeah, that's where I'm going to end it. I want you guys to comment down below, who do you think I gave One for All to? And are you guys excited for the 500 sub special? Because I know I am. And soon enough, Carnage will be back. I am still thinking of some ways to continue the story, but Anti-Venom will be put on hold for the time being. I know some of you guys might be saddened about that, but at the same time, yeah. And as said, I will be putting majority of my energy into the Soundwave What If, because I'm excited for that one. And yeah, I'm still looking for some pictures of Soundwave's, like, well, most of his mini-cons, so, but I got some pretty good pictures for some. Others, not so much, but still, some. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and Cyber Dragon out. Peace.